Welcome back to Therapy Thursday. The number one cue that we give in clinic, and I'm talking weekly and dozens of times weekly, is teaching people with back pain how to use a hip hinge appropriately. What's a hip hinge? Tons of different movements are hip hinges. Glute bridges are hip hinges, squats are hip hinges. In the gym, a deadlift is a hip hinge, but even more simplistic than that, bending down to pick something up from the ground or bending forward to tie your shoes should both be utilizing an appropriate hip hinge if you have back pain. A hip hinge simply means dissociating movement through your back and hips. So ideally, you want to have the axis of rotation going through both of your hip joints like so, and not through your back when you're bending forward. Specifically, that takes some of the shear stress and strain away from your back and places it onto your hips instead. So we use lots of different cues for this. You'll notice on the internet there are cues where people are utilizing dowels, keeping contact with both. You'll see them up against the wall, trying to shift their hips backwards and touching the wall each time. These are all great cues, but we start even simpler than that. Try these two things with me. You can stand up. If you go to bend forward, it's quite easy to round through your back if I'm just gonna go down and try to touch my toes. However, if I pinch my shoulders back just slightly, so we call this a proud chest position, and then brace slightly through the center of my body, as if somebody was gonna come up and punch you in the gut, just that simple cinching, so just a low level contraction, having my shoulders back. If I try to bend forward right now, it becomes very, very difficult for me to bend through my back. You'll notice the only way that you can tip forward is by shifting your hips back to continue the motion. This is where we typically like to start before getting to more advanced cues. Next time you have back pain and think that you need to move more of the load to your hips, try those two. It's going to save you a world of hurt. See you next week on Therapy Thursday.